We know the baby spent 10 days in the ICU after that police raid. According to the lawsuit, he and his mom moved to the area because the baby was supposed to undergo heart surgery at UH Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital. But that was delayed for something that had nothing to do with them. That's part of the reason why this family is suing Elyria police and the city.
Search warrant, come to the door!
Shortly after, police raided this home where Courtney Price and her 17-month-old baby were staying, they realized they had the wrong home.
Whoa. It's a long house.
Welcome back to We the People University. My name is Abiyah Israel, former police officer and former sheriff's deputy. Today is an update from a video that we covered, this particular video, where we cover the police, as always, doing something stupid, showing up at the wrong home. But not only did they show up at the wrong home, the results of their actions almost cost a little small child his life. With that being said, I won't say too much right now. Let's jump into the video. I'm going to catch those up who may not have seen the video, and after that, we'll go into the update. Let's check this out.
Open.
Police search warrant, come to the door! Police search warrant, come to the door! Dogs, dogs, dogs. Police search warrant! Coming down the stairs! You're good, man. Put your hands up. Okay. Come to the door. You're good. Just come down to us. Okay. Come outside. All right. Outside. All right.
This warrant that was actually addressed to this resident, the person that they were looking for did not live at this home. So right address, but searching for the wrong person. I want to read something really quick before we jump into this video. And this is actually talking about no-knock warrants. And it comes from a article posted by the Washington Post. I just would like to read this guys for you guys really quickly. Bear with me, please. No-knock raids, considered one of the most dangerous and intrusive policing tactics, have been at the center of a debate in recent years over police use of force. Criminal justice experts estimate that police carry out tens of thousands of no-knock raids every year in the United States. Those who defend the tactic say that the majority of raids do not lead to injuries and likely prevent violence and preserve evidence that otherwise would have been destroyed. But critics say that the risk outweigh the benefit and often not worth the amount of drugs recovered. Generally, state agencies do not monitor the use of no-knock warrants, and federal agencies do not track the number of people killed or wounded during these type of raids. But according to the Washington Post investigation, at least 22 people have been killed since 2015, including Amir Locke and Breonna Taylor, while police carried out no-knock search warrants.
Somebody go in there with you? Go ahead. Come to the tree line. Come here. Just a baby.
Like, I figured this was for my mom. My mom's not a good person. I mean, that was cool.
We're going to bring up the car. We're going to have you sit in the car for the time being, all right?
Okay.
Are you the only one in the house?
Yeah, and I'm not looking. I'm from Clark. I'm just kidding. I'm just sitting at home, water, cheese, and all that.
Any nights or anything, hon?
My aunt, so this is my aunt and uncle's house.
Move your feet apart from me, please.
She's at work. My sister and my mom are here.
Are they in bed?
No, they're all at work.
Can I check your pockets, hon?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not here. My sister is, you know what I mean? My mom's coming from New York. My aunt, we dropped all around for patient classes.
Other than the baby, anybody else in there?
The dog.
The dog?
Yes, he's there.
Where's the home?
I can call, you can call her on my phone. She's at work.
Get a hold of her or something. She's at work.
Yeah, I'm just here
She's at
visiting
work,
from
she's at
high school. I
work.
haven't been here in 5 years. I'm terrified. Oh. Anybody could grab my shoes from the front door. There's a lot more.
We'll get there. Hey, Joe, do me a favor and just hold her phone. Is your phone in
Go
your
ahead.
pocket?
Yeah, I can give you my password if you want to call her.
We'll get it in a second.
We'll get there. Sit tight.
His respiratory therapist might call. He's in there desat and breathing. So I'm not.
Is it your baby?
Yeah, I was fooling with his ventilator when you guys started talking. They also have a ring doorbell. Never. I've never been involved with coughs before at all. But I have to stay calm because I have a baby on a ventilator.
Fair enough.
I almost started screaming and running. I didn't know what to do. But I know, like, you can't run.
Now, in the article, the woman being handcuffed and pat searched and ultimately searched, she stated that I was being extremely nice. And you can hear her say inside of the video, I was scared. I almost ran, but luckily she did not run, because had she ran, she would have been tased or shot, or who knows what would have happened. So, but her first instinct is fear. You have no clue of what's going on. But she stated that she was extremely afraid. So therefore, when you hear the officer ask her, can I go into your pocket? She says yes. But she's saying yes simply based off the fact that she is afraid to say no. You're sitting at home with your 17-month-old son who is not in the best of health, and all of a sudden there's like 10,000 cops banging on your door, breaking out your windows, and shooting flashbangs inside of your home.
This is my first time in handcuffs, Steve.
How are you related to the homeowner?
My aunt.
Your
My
aunt?
mom's sister.
Is anybody in town or going to be showing up in the next hour or so?
I don't know what time they get off, but they'll all be home today. So, like, my aunt and uncle, this is their house.
What's their
Also,
names?
there's another.
Are those the Jennings?
Yeah, Rita Jennings, Coke Jennings. They have a son named Peyton who lives in the home. They have another son named
Yeah, if
Nick
they want to
that
put her in a car,
that
it
moved
might
out
not
of
be
the
a bad
home.
idea.
And my mom lives here. My mom and sister go to our rehab.
What's your mom's name?
Lizzie Spinch, I don't know, Lizzie Justice is her legal name. She goes by Allie Spencer, Allie Riley. But I figured this was for my mom. My mom's not a good person.
So we're gonna bring up a car. We're gonna have you sit in the car for the time being, all right?
Downstairs, dog's locked in.
Let me check, see if they double lock these.
Okay. Someone is like very sad for a position, so I don't know if
And the thing is, we may have, once we clear that, we're gonna probably may want you to go back into this. Maybe you can have your baby. Okay?
He's really sick right now. I can't call an ambulance, so this one.
Does he need an ambulance now?
Yeah, my car's stuck up there behind their car because their
So
car is
is
dead.
the baby having respiratory issues?
Yeah, you can look at his belly if you want.
Here, do me a favor. Hey, is that place secure yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Do me a favor, take the cuffs off her, and let's call life care.
Okay.
She's got
He
an
needs to go to
18-month-old
the
on a
clinic if we can. Because we're laying in the crate and stuff.
Okay, so she's got on a handcuff, you can walk with me. They have that clear. We'll go down, and we'll have life care. So is that what
I have a
you're?
ring.
I know they can.
Okay.
I know.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't want no fun in it.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk you. Joe.
I want to read a little bit more from the story concerning the situation. Mrs. Price, the lady that was handcuffed in the video, Mrs. Price further stated an officer told her that his team had gone to the wrong house, something police also said wasn't true. However, while the search warrant obtained by 3 News had the Parmelee Avenue address, the document was for a teen suspect. Even though the house had now been owned by the Price's aunt and uncle, Radia and Marlon Jennings, both are adamant they have no connection to the suspect. I feel like a little bit of detective work probably would have went a long way, Radia Jennings stated, because I conducted a simple Google search and found the previous tenants in about 6 seconds.
And with that being said, 6-second Google search, we found the suspect with the warrant. We have an entire police department who are supposed to have guys who are specialists and can find anybody, but obviously they can't. Let me give you guys the update where this case stands now. And a little bit of this update really upsets me. Actually, this entire video upsets me, but just listen to, I'll point it out here in a second. Let's see where the case stands right now. Let's check this out.
We have the tales of a federal lawsuit against the city of Elyria over a controversial police raid.
Yeah, the family of a baby who was injured during the raid is suing the city, its police chief, and several officers. Courtney Price and her 17-month-old son were inside a home on Parmelee Avenue back in January when Elyria's special response team raided it as part of an investigation.
They used flashbangs before entering, which the lawsuit claims sent the baby to the ICU. Mitty Hicks has been coming through that lawsuit and joins us now with details. Mitty, what do we know?
Well, Russ and Lena, we know the baby spent 10 days in the ICU after that police raid. According to the lawsuit, he and his mom moved to the area because the baby was supposed to undergo heart surgery at UH Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital. But that was delayed for something that had nothing to do with them. That's part of the reason why this family is suing Elyria Police and the city.
Police search warrant, come to the door!
Shortly after, police raided this home where Courtney Price and her 17-month-old baby were staying. They realized they had the wrong home.
It's Wallen. It's a Wallen house.
They're up here.
But the door was knocked down by then, and the baby, who was inside using a respirator to help him breathe, inhaled smoke from the flashbang officers used. The baby spent 10 days in the ICU, according to a new federal lawsuit the family filed Thursday. This incident delayed what he and his mom moved here for, which was his heart surgery. The child's mom, Courtney Price, told 3 News back in January the incident left her stunned.
You can hear in the video, you can hear me scream. I think I just said, I'm scared. I said, my baby's in here. He's on a ventilator.
And now, nearly 9 months to the date since this all happened, and almost 4 months since the Lorain County Sheriff's Office completed their investigation, concluding Elyria Police followed procedures. The family is seeking justice. Attorneys representing the 2 sisters and the baby claim officers violated the family's civil rights. We counted 9 charges in the lawsuit. The family is suing the city and police officers for unreasonable search and seizure, unlawful use of excessive force, assault, battery, and more. They're asking for about $750,000 in damages plus court costs. The lawsuit also claims officers acted recklessly because prior to the raid, they were informed at least 3 times that the 12-year-old suspect they were looking for in connection with a stolen gun did not live there, and he had no relation to this family. The landlord backed these claims when she told an Elyria detective that the home was unoccupied for more than 2 weeks before the new tenants moved in.
Are you sure this property is empty? Why don't you go look around? My property is empty, and the last renter actually left more than 15 days ago.
Now, we reached out to the family's attorneys. They tell 3 News, quote, "We don't like to comment on ongoing cases, but we do intend to zealously represent the family so we can get justice for them. We don't have any word on the condition of the child at this time, but the attorneys say in the lawsuit that this incident has scarred the family and caused extreme financial hardship."
This is not just an ordinary police, screw up. They were told by the landlord the previous tenants no longer live there. There's a new family in this home, and they were told that by the landlord at least 3 times. Yet and still, the police always knows best, right? So they proceeded to conduct the raid on the home, and they put this child inside of ICU for 10 days. He's already on a ventilator. And we know if you're on a ventilator, it's because you have some type of breathing issues already. Now you're putting smoke in his lungs. Courtney Price and her sister, Radia Jennings, are suing the city of Elyria, the police chief, William Pelko, and at least 11 police officers of the police department for the following: unreasonable search and seizure, unlawful use of excessive force, willful and wanton misconduct, deliberate indifference, gross negligence, municipal liability, unlawful custom, policy, or practice, false imprisonment, assault, battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligent infliction of emotional distress. The plaintiffs are asking for a total of $750,000 in damages, plus court costs and all other relief the court considers appropriate, fair, and equitable. $750 is not enough. If it's me, it's just not enough. I'm sorry. That's what the family is asking for, and I understand that no amount of money can actually make the situation right. But with that being said, $750,000 for that situation is still not enough. I also want to read an email from a viewer who sent this email, and I think is, pertinent to this or related to this video. He goes on to say, "Hey, good afternoon, my fellow American. I've been watching your videos for a good time now. 3 years, maybe longer. I just have one question for you, being you are former law enforcement. I just got done watching the man being smothered into the pillow, and I want to know how they, law enforcement, keep on getting away with this. To me, all the police reform that was discussed after the George Floyd incident didn't mean a thing. By all appearances, it seems like business as usual from coast to coast. Thanks, bro, Craig." Well, Craig, you're right. The George Floyd, his incident, that situation, it didn't mean anything because the police reform, it's just a show. You guys have to understand this. It's just a show. And it's a show for the public to pretend that, hey, we're changing things. Things are not changing. Well, they are changing. Let me rephrase that. Things are changing. They're changing for the worse. Okay? And that's why I always say it takes all of us. This is a fight that's not going away soon. And that this is a fight that appears to be getting tougher the longer we are, engaged in it. But yeah, Craig, you're right. It's a show. It's business as usual. People are still dying. Welfare checks are worse. That's like wishing the worst thing, you could possibly think of on your enemy. If you send him a welfare check, it's a strong possibility that he might not survive. That's a horrible thing. That's a horrible thought. But that's where American policing is today. Policing is now a weapon. Okay? It's now a weapon. And it's weaponized by police departments. And unfortunately, it could be weaponized by an everyday caller who's not realizing you are calling armed men to come and inflict their will upon innocent members of the public. This is pretty bad. I had to watch this video several times before I could actually even do the update, because honestly, behind the scenes, guys, I'm over here, I'm cursing mad. Crap just pisses me off. But this is where we are. Record the police, fight back the legal way, always know your rights. With that being said, We the People University, signing off. Be sure to visit WeThePeopleUniversity.com, where you can find our latest YouTube videos, more about myself, why I left the police department, merch, and more. If you have a police encounter that you would like highlighted, visit our website and click the Submit Videos tab
Fill out the video's form submission so that we can hold these tyrants accountable. And if you guys still haven't purchased my book, Living in the World of Tyranny, you can do so at WeThePeopleUniversity.com by clicking digital copy to read it right on your phone, or you can buy the hard copy or the paperback directly from Amazon. Also, be sure to pick up your free ebook to give you tips and tricks on how to deal with cops when you encounter them. And for those of you who are still trying to learn your basic rights, register for our course to learn how to deal with police so that your rights are not violated when you encounter cops. All this and more at WeThePeopleUniversity.com.